Hello, good people. Welcome to our show. By the way, I don't want to discriminate bad people. Welcome to our show. Anyone who want to learn more about SEO, AI, content marketing, welcome because today we are going to discuss more about writing content that Google will rank, users will love, that will bring results and sales. I'm so excited to discuss this topic with Fredrick Rowling. How are you?
Oh, very fine. Thank you for hosting me.
Yeah, big pleasure. Want to learn more? I know about your extended experience, SEMrush, Netflix, many other great places. Frederick, before we start, just tell more about yourself, experience, background, and anything that can help our listeners to learn more about you.
So Frederick, by profession is finance. I've done finance. I'm a CFA chartered. Started my journey at Boston University. I went to do masters in financial management at Michigan. Yes. My journey about writing started at Volvo. This is where I started as a marketing in the marketing department. Also done artificial intelligence in marketing. Then from there, I decided I was poached by Netflix when I did a couple of years there as their copywriter. Also went now to SEMrush. Many people know me from SEMrush. Also now decided after good years of over a decade in content writing to create my own company, the Copywriting Warriors. The speaker, you're on mute mode.
Yeah. Sorry for that. Yeah, because my dogs usually take part on my podcast, and I need to unmute. So yeah, I wanna ask about your SEMrush journey. Can you tell what you did on SEMrush? What kind of content you create on SEMrush? Because I like SEMrush. It's good blog, good. I like this tool. And I know some people can use Ahrefs, someone SEMrush, but it doesn't matter. I think it depends on our goals. So, can you tell what you did on SEMrush and what kind of content you created before?
So first, just to give a big kudos to the SEMrush team. They're always doing a very nice work out there, making sure that they're giving you the best platform to make sure that you have the best keyword research. My journey at SEMrush was involved with many projects. Most of the projects are me being from a finance position and I also practice finance. I went to one of the most, and I don't want to say, let me say one of the hardest niche, and that is the finance. For you to be able to create meaningful conversions in the finance arena or in the finance niche, it requires expertise. It requires you to be extra specific, and also requires you to be proactive because people in the finance industry are very proactive in making sure that each and every day they are putting out content out there. One of the biggest projects that I did, I won't mention the company due to
Yeah.
agreements, but I drove over 20 million in traffic in about 2 to 3 years. Not me alone, but I was managing a team. This is a site that we restructured from technical SEO to making sure that we do detailed, and when I mean detailed keyword research to making sure that we are coming up with a competitive site. And this was one of our clients based in Seattle, in the United States. And ranking for keywords in US was one of the hardest things that you can ever do. And I feel so much honored to be part of that project.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, nice, awesome. I wanna ask you about writing today. Many years ago, I hired a team of writers who wrote about anything. I gave them topics like weight loss, finance, anything. They wrote. Google ranked well, but things changed a lot
Yes.
because Google is updating the system and if I remember correctly, the numbers like the last time I wrote that was 7,000 updates a year. It's a lot, yeah. And I think human being can't cover all these updates. I don't know how to do it, and really, do we need to do it? Because if you write content for human being, then all updates, all algorithms will work for you in your site. So can you tell the main difference for writing today and like 10 years ago? Because today we have this parameter EEAT, expertise, experience, authority, trust. And I don't think that because of Google, users need content from experts. I can't create great content about weight loss because I don't know this topic. Yeah, I lost my weight some months, but that was my personal experience. But I can write about SEO, about marketing, my main direction. So can you tell why it's important today to know the topic and how you usually spend time to research deeply about the target niche?
I will first start with the difference that I've seen over the years. When I was getting to this journey, when I was getting that was around more than 11 years ago. Writing was easy, ranking was easy. But what is happening right now with the current introduction of AI models that can write crypt optimized articles, the only thing that remains in the market for you to be competitive enough is making sure that you have an extra edge. And how do you have this extra edge? Making sure that you provide detailed and factual information. A factual information in a way that you are taking your reader from a point of not knowing something to understanding something. And if they want to implement something, you actually are giving them it is like a gold mine. You're offering them a gold mine. What happens right now? We have AI which can produce very nice content, and I don't want to critique it because I've seen it work and it's still doing an amazing job. But in terms of giving out factual content, human, remember you are humans. We need to communicate with feelings. I need to engage my audience. As much as the AI can filter the tone and it can also integrate different aspects of understanding the human psychology, the human brain is still at a very good at a how would I say this at a very good level to communicate this better than the AI. The only people who are being affected by the AI are those writers who do not take time to research their audience intent. And in SEO is what we call search user intent. This is the intent that when someone is coming to look for something in the search engines, they are driven by a certain motive. They want to understand, they want to know, they want to get information on how to do this and this. And if you don't fully fulfill this, because what happens, people partially fulfill this, and it should be fully fulfilled to make sure that you get better rankings. I'll give you a case scenario. I've been doing a lot of beta testing with many sites. Myself, I run over 50 sites, and I make sure that I'm running a different experiment to see what happens. And let me tell you something. At sometimes I create content without even considering the SEO factor. But the content that I'm creating, I'm making sure that it is human centered and fulfills the user search intent. And it ranks. But what happens due to the current competition that exists from different people, from different organizations, people won't just want to rank. And there must be exist. This is where now Google brings the algo. There must exist an algo to determine who and how will this content rank on these search engines. Now, what happens we have to you have now to be wise enough to know that you are writing for humans, but for you to communicate to the humans, you must first pass the algo test. The algo, if you fail the algo test, as much as how good your content is, you won't you won't get a chance to communicate to your audience, because what you do, you find that your content is on page 6 on Google, and very few people go to page 6 on Google. So you must make sure that your content is optimized. And number two, you're writing for human. And number three, we if you're spent as a writer, if you've spent over 5 years writing, you know what we call the back end of writing. The back end of writing is making sure that we have a continuous flow of events. And in this era, you have to be creative enough to understand that it does not just go with the logical framework of a human mind. No, you must also think, how do these robots consume information? How do these robots determine who we rank? And that's where now you incorporate all these factors to make sure that you get to rank. And one of the key difference, and if any writers are listening, I will tell them, niche down, niche down, because right now, for example, in the finance sector, people are like, or links that links direct to me, people are likely to trust that information, because even the algo knows that this is a person who has been in this industry for long. You see, and one of the best thing, if you don't understand a niche and you still want to write about it, make sure you're doing a detailed you're going for an in-depth research of that niche. Yes.
Yeah, love it, love it. Awesome. I agree. And you mentioned a few times about AI. Yeah, that was simple to ignore, hard today, impossible tomorrow, because I know many great writers, and all of them, without any exception, use AI, specifically ChatGPT. Yeah, they can use Bart, Bing Chat, but anyway, they use AI. Uh, I wanna ask you how to use this tool smart. If ChatGPT only rewrites content, and yeah, I think AI is the best rewriting tool ever. Rewriting, not writing. And for me, I get the same feeling when I watch a new movie with the plot that I watched many times before in other movies. I'm not interested with that. And users can find the same information in the top 10. How you can outrank websites in the top 10 if you create the same content that other websites have? We need to be unique, specific. So, can you tell how to use then AI? We have AI, and most content creators, including me, use AI, use ChatGPT. But how to use it smart? How to use ChatGPT or any other AI tool that will help to increase the quality of your content?
Uh, well, let me say, this is something that we cannot ignore for now, because back, I remember before all these AI came into place, I was consulted one of the companies about my thoughts on the AI, and trying to get and figure out on what input and expected output from the command section of the chatbots. And one thing I'll tell you for sure, AI is doing a great job, but there's what we call originality. If right now I go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give me the current financial status of the American market, I'm very sure it will farm. It will not give me precise and accurate information. That's where people need to check. That's the first thing. Yes, you have content, but is the content factual? Is the content original? Where are you getting these facts? Because if I'm creating an article about the current finance bill in the US, I'm going to be getting this information on the current system from the government. ChatGPT is limited up to 2021. That means any information on 2023, it is out. If you're looking to rank, you're not looking to rank just for 1 year. You're looking for a progressive period of ranking. What do you do if you want to rank for keywords in 2023? You can consult ChatGPT, but it will not give you timely information. How do you use now ChatGPT to make sure that you have a competitive edge? Uh, I'll first take this and say that ChatGPT cannot, and at small points with small chances, can help at what you call the furnish. This involves like health, like finance. It will cost you. It will cost you, but because what happens in this arena, there must be a certain sort of expertise for you to understand this and this. And how ChatGPT is created, it cannot comprehend some sort of information. And that some sort of information, those are the key details that the consumer of that information wants. So first thing you need to understand, when you know that ChatGPT cannot give you timely information when you're looking to like for example, the finance in the US. So first you need to understand that it won't give you that. So be aware of any information that will come out that is not factual. But you can use ChatGPT in a way that you give it proper prompts. The easiest ways to create proper content is giving ChatGPT proper prompts, making sure that you are giving it a detail. For example, let's say you're writing an article about top 20 cryptocurrency in the world. Communicate to ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT, I'm writing these for an audience of 21 to that 6 years at target location, this and this. And this will make sure that you are having a competitive edge because what is happening? These are because ChatGPT gets information from whatever already exists. So it will get compilation of all that information and give you to your specific needs. So the best thing is being specific. Be specific. And when you have a very specific prompt to ChatGPT, it will give you something. But how now do you win in SEO with ChatGPT? Once you have proper prompts, you understand your niche. Next time to go and create massive content. Because if there is something that ChatGPT helps, because I have over right now I'm doing about 8 sites that I'm experimenting with different AIs to see how they will do it. And the best thing about ChatGPT, I can sit today and create 10, 10 pieces. 10 pieces. This is something that it would take me even 2 weeks to create 10 pieces of quantity blocks. But right now I can create. So ChatGPT gives me the capacity to outdo my competitors within a very short time. I just need to go and get some very good backlinks, and I also need to understand how topical authority works. And with that, with good backlinks and interlinking, and of course, I'm addressing the issues that my audience wants them to be addressed. In no time and be up there.
Yeah, nice. Valuable. Yeah, I agree. And I think ChatGPT works well if you feed this tool with the right data. ChatGPT uses data from 2021. But what we do, we collect data, and I usually write a bad copy with a lot of grammar mistakes, but with the actual correct data. And I ask ChatGPT, please edit. Just edit, simplify the experience without losing the meaning. If you feed with the right data, then you can get great content. For example, we got mentioned on CNN when we edited content on ChatGPT. So we edited our press release, pitched, and we got this mention on CNN. I think ChatGPT works well if you feed with the right data and use the right prompts. But if you ask to write from scratch, please generate content, how to play a guitar, how to lose weight, it doesn't work. Yeah, you can get content, but so generic, so basic, and you can find much better content in the top 10 results on Google. Yeah, I want to ask about your strong side. It's interesting, in marketing, what I usually see when companies replicate competitors. For example, I often get the request, please steal traffic from this website. I need this traffic, or I don't know, or find the way how to take customers from my competitor. But uh, I think it's better to use your strong side. For example, if you're good with writing, then write. If you can film great content, then film. Why we need to write? So yeah, we have different strong sides. Can you tell about your strong side? What kind of difference you have according compared to many other writers, a million writers that we can find online, and why you can create much better content?
Uh, I usually don't want to say I'm better. I don't because I believe writers. We have so many good writers out there, but what I'll say is my competitive edge. That's first thing because people want to see results. I'm that person who have achieved.
Mhm.
In fact, I would say I've overachieved because in my capacity, in whatever I've done, I believe that I have driven over 100 million traffic views organically with no ads, no paid traffic to different sites. And also my stronghold, first I started as a multi-niche writer, but I went to finance. And I'll be very frank with you, any writer who creates content and ranks in the finance niche is one of the very few people who respected the writing field because this is one of the very hard, I'll say the hardest niche. In fact, I will say the hardest niche when it comes to writing. In fact, personal finance, getting traffic through personal finance, because Google does not take personal finance easy. You must have the capacity and the expertise. But also, one of the biggest things that now people know me from is creating something from scratch to something that you will never imagine. In fact, anytime I present my project, every time, without every time I've hold my client because I take time to understand. And what happens to me, I only take projects that I trust that I can give. When I do the cost benefit analysis, I know that the benefit that I'm giving is much greater. In fact, I have a valuation rate of times nine. That's if I cannot give you times nine of whatever you are paying for, I don't take that. I don't take that work. And what happens to me? A simple thing when I look when I look, for example, right now, when I look at any finance content, I'll dream over that thing over 3 weeks. But whenever now I come to creating that plan, because what happens right now, I know each and every competitor in the finance field. I know how to do this and this and this. And that gives me a very competitive edge because what is happening with writers nowadays? They just Google information. They are just there, do a research of 2 hours. But even right now, our predicted of the finance issues of the finance customer of whatever people looking for finance thing want. So that's giving me a competitive edge. Even right now, after this, I'll go read finance articles. Every day I'm doing market analysis. So that's giving me a very competitive edge. Whenever I sit to write something, I'm very sure. I'm very sure whenever I create any article, and I have very many articles out there which people can read, they are one of the very best in this field.
Yeah, nice, awesome. Um, you know, we discuss about creating content, about your strong side, uh, and I wanna ask about one aspect that it's very important. I think, including finance niche, about creating non-boring content. Once I spoke with uh, Jim Edwards. He worked in Business Insider 10 years. And he told me that success on Business Insider depends on creating non boring content. You can share value, you can share great insights, something new, unique. But if it's boring, nobody will read this content. People bounce fast. And yeah, we know about Business Insider. This company was sold for $500 million, great success. And Business Insider found the way how to create non-boring content. Uh, I want to ask you how to do it. I mean, like, for example, if I'm going to write a long article with many great, valuable insights that can help my audience to find the right way, But if it's long, it can be boring, and people don't care about value. If it's boring, they bounce. And according to some data, people bounce fast at any content. On YouTube videos, 80% of people bounce for the first 20 seconds. Only 5% of books are people usually read. In website content, we have the same data, like most people bounce. Can you tell how to retain them? How to create content for finance or any other business niche, but entertain them and retain as much as possible?
First thing, there's a secret rule in content writing that states people are bored because you are feeding them with something they don't want. But if you are feeding people with the right food, with the right dish, the right meal at the right time, as they have requested, not something that you assumed, then those people will be in your table as long as you want them to be. What happens in my arena, in my finance niche, is that you also need to know at what extent can you joke in your content. You need to understand there are different types of people looking for different types of information. For example, if a client is looking for information on attorneys, our top 10 attorneys in Ontario, that is in Canada, that content limits you to the jokey, touchy moments that you can create. The pre-assessment of that consumer is I would be taking that about 70% seriousness, and then I can have about 30% of some mix of some sort of conversation. But you need to know where to make your jokes. You need to know how to engage them. But the biggest secret is feeding them with whatever they want. What they do, they want to consume. And also making sure that you are well conversant with the current issues, because you'll know where to crack the joke, and according to the current situation, you'll know how to inline those. You don't need you don't want your consumer to be so serious, to have a serious time. Like, you don't want to give those people hectic. You are conveying information, you're not teaching them. So just like finding a sweet spot where now you just come up with something and make sure that you are reducing the bounce rate. Because once what happens, I always improve on my bounce rate. And one thing that I've noticed, if I'm giving those people, the consumers, whatever they need, they'll even overfeed your content.
Yeah, nice, nice. I wanna ask about common mistakes in writing, because yeah, I create a lot of content, and I can't tell that I create only successful content. I create some content that people never find. That's okay. I think it's part of the process. I'm not alone. We have competitors, and all websites have this issue. You can't be successful with all your content. Probably Mr. Beast can, to film videos that get plus 100 million views. But I mean, like, can you list mistakes that marketers and content creators can avoid? For example, I think some mistakes we need to do. We can learn from them. If you made mistake, yeah, just learn, keep going ahead. But some mistakes we can avoid by learning before doing something. So, can you share some mistakes that content creators can avoid?
Uh, I'll first say in content writing, many writers are just taught what you call the art of writing, but the art of writing has a segment that is called the needs assessment. The needs assessment is assessing what do your consumers want. What are they looking for? What type of a dish are they looking for? And people fail to do what we call the needs assessment. They just go look for information, do some research, and come just write about a topic. Yes, you have given us the information, but is the information fulfilling whatever we need? Then you also need to write within the capacity of your consumer. You need to write about, you don't want to bring new or hard terms. That's the consumer doesn't understand what we are talking. Let me give you a context. When someone looks for something in Google, they have a certain interest. They might not be having the correct information, but they have a notion. They already know what this is and how it might impact them and whatever. Why are they looking for this information? So you need to make sure that you're not going above all those constraints. Yes, you can bring new information, but don't confuse your consumer through the process of trying to provide the information. Number three, what many people ignore about content writing is before you create any content, resonate with that content. Ask yourself, who am I writing this content? Now go to the back end. Who am I writing this content for? Because I don't bet I'll talk about mistakes about grammar because we have apps like Grammarly right now with the tools like Jasper, Reward Writer, ChatGPT. People can just create content that is when punctual and all that. But one of the biggest mistakes is not carrying out the need assessment. And need assessments need to be detailed. For example, before I write any content in the finance, I go to those finance group, ask those people questions, their opinions. Then, whenever it comes not writing the content, I'm addressing because I've done what you call, for example, in researches is what you call public participation. But in this time, in this situation or this scenario, I've done what you call finance engagement of my target audience. I've known the issues that people have. That is one of the biggest issue. Even writers right now in 2023, they're not doing. How many writers do you see out there having questionnaires, asking people what is this happening in this? Very few people do that research. They just go and get some sample of written content, come just read that. That's the bullshit. You need to do a proper needs assessment. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, nice, nice. Uh, I wanna ask my common question. I often ask all my guests on who speak on this podcast about their experience. For example, what I found that in my company we get high ranking positions results with customers who understand SEO. So if they understand, then we can cooperate like a cohesive team. People understand why we need to create high quality content, what kind of content to create, why it's more important to think about traffic value than to get more traffic. Many things. We speak one language, but if they don't understand, I tell them, take my course, learn from Lily Ray, Jeff Coyle, Mike Phillips, go to YouTube, go to Google, just learn, get the basic. Uh, I want to ask you, if you started today from scratch without any experience, knowledge, skills, it's your first day in SEO and writing. You didn't write any word. Okay, you wrote some words on school, but right now you need to write something different. Uh, what will you do today if you started from zero?
If I start at zero, one thing, this is a secret that any person who has been in this industry knows. If you start today, what I will first do, I'll first sharpen my skill very fast, and I wouldn't go to write for anyone. I would create a blog, and then I would run affiliate. The easiest way for any writer who has expertise in any niche to get out there and earn massive is making sure that we are running affiliates. In my context, I would take up in my first year, I would write content about personal finance. Then I would run affiliates and make sure I'm running affiliates, for example, for company like Morgan Stanley, Stanbic Bank, Chase Banks. Yes, that's one of the very few things that if I started today, because if I started that journey like 8 years ago, how much do you think a site uh, of around 7 years, a site of 7 good years in the financial niche would earn? I would be making millions. Right now, I'm making thousands. So I'll be making tens of millions from those sites. If I would start, I would create sites that run affiliates. I'd be more precise. More precise being because what happened? I started my journey with writing different topics. I'll go I'll go to a specific niche like finance and write it for the rest of my life. I would not
Nice.
stagger, go try, I would write for one niche full time and then do some affiliates. The last thing that I would do, and of course, I started doing this like 4 years ago, I'd look for serious people, for serious clients who want proper results, not just results, proper results. Because people who want proper result, understand whatever you bring to the table, and they're ready to pay for that expertise. They are ready to pay for expertise because they understand why and they know why and they well understand and they have a team that also understand that whatever we're bringing into this game. Because one issue that I've faced with many clients back then is because many people don't know that SEO game takes time. It's not something that is an instant gratification. No, it takes time. So I just look for serious clients who want serious results because I know what I can offer.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. I think it's very important to focus, to pay attention to specific niche and specific clients. If you wanna help anyone, then you can become jack of all trades. But if you know your customer, uh, yeah, of course, writers need to cooperate with big clients who have enough budget and understand how it's important to create high quality content. Yeah, I agree. And I have the final question about the future. Today we have AI, probably augmented reality will come. We don't know. Apple is going to launch this headset. Uh, and Facebook tried to create virtual reality. Many people complain that AI can replace human beings. So it's interesting to know what kind of future will be. But I want to ask you your forecast, prediction about the future, and how we can adapt today to this possible future.
When you talk about future, that reminds me, I'm a certified artificial intelligence expert. And right now, I'm being involved in a project here in California. And what is happening right now? We have a project that, of course, I won't give all the information, but we are looking at a project of making sure that we're having a more human robot, a more human robot. And this will be able to carry out over 80% of the task that human can do. And whatever is happening, we are creating a virtual space, and this is what you call the virtual scenery. We are creating a virtual scenery in where that it's not just a receiver of information, but a processing of information. So, what am I looking at future? I'm looking for very different things. I know I'll be one because I'm very sure there are companies out there who are trying to wow us with different things. But what I expect in the content writing industry, it's time for my fellow writers to brace ourselves to go deeper into niching down because this if you mess yourself on the way, these AI apps will definitely crash us. And the best advice I'll give for free because I never received this advice, but the biggest advice that I'll tell to any writer out there: go create your own blog, start running something. Out of your imperfection, you'll get perfection because it also helps you as you go to write for a client. the weak areas, you know how to target, and you know what to do. Go start a blog, start running an affiliate. I forgot something, but sure.
Yeah, okay, nice. It's a big pleasure, Frederick. It's a big pleasure to get on my show, to learn from you. I love this experience. Thank you. Tell our audience the best way how to keep learning from you, how to reach out to you, how to follow you.
Greetings. You can find me at my email at copywritingwarriors.com. Fully available 24/7. You can also reach out to me at my social platforms at LinkedIn. You can reach me out to at Facebook. Yes, I also have my site at copywritingwarriors.com when you can reach out to my WhatsApp. I'm available to communicate and happy to, and also looking to help, not just to work, can also help people, help those writers who are struggling with the different areas, almost in the finance, give a hand of whatever I learned over that decade, and help them to achieve what I've achieved and also get the results that I've achieved in the last decade. Thank you.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. Thanks a lot for taking your time for sharing these valuable insights. Guys, you can find links to the website, LinkedIn account in the description below. Listen us on Apple, Google, Spotify. Thanks again. Love it. So valuable. I recommend to anyone to follow Frederick on LinkedIn and cooperate with him, especially someone who have projects in finance niche. Okay, guys, love you. See you.